Hello, so I am back again. So, Plum Paper Planner, that's what this is. It's the 8.5 by 11, the nice big size. If you had seen my previous video that I just posted, I ordered a Plum Paper Planner. I wanted the vertical priorities layout, and I emailed them to ask them if they could do that because it wasn't on the website, and they said no, they couldn't. So I ordered the planner that I got, the daily. I never really liked it, and I wasn't sure I was going to like it from the beginning. It just didn't work for me. I need to see the week at a glance, and I didn't need that much space at this point. And I just kind of knew it was going to drive me crazy, but I thought I'd try it. And just a couple weeks ago, I saw they had a post on Instagram, and it said, put in a request of what you'd like to see. And so I said an 8.5 by 11 vertical priorities, and the person answered me saying, well, that's available now. And I thought, are you kidding me? I went on their website. There it is. So they told me they couldn't do it, and then just weeks later, they did it. I would have waited to get it instead of spending the money on the other one. I was a little irked. I think that's the word. Anyway, I told my husband, he said, you know, life is short. Get the one you want. He probably didn't want to hear me talk about it more than once. So I did. And that's what this is. So it is the 8.5 by 11 vertical priorities, and I've been using it, and I love it. I thought I was going to love it, and I did. I was right. So I'm going to show you this planner, and yeah. So they did have pen holders. They started making them, these, and they had some other ones too that I hadn't seen before either, so maybe those are new. But this is just an elastic strap, and it comes in several different colors. This is camel. It says it holds 3. I really only had success with it holding 2, and if it's a Lamy Safari, only 1. So right now I'm using, and it's not like super easy to slide things in and out, but I'm also using one hand. I've got a mild liner and a Uniball Signo. These are the 2 that I've been using in this week. And so this just goes around it, and it's pretty loose. It's not very snug and secure, but I mean, it would stay on there as long as you just throw everything around. It feels okay. I don't think I would buy it again. So let's take a look. This, like all of the rest of them, has, and I did a better job, I think, of covering things up this time. So it has that heavy plastic cover that comes on it, and this is whatever the cover was for, I think, March. It's called Lucky You, I think. I thought it was beautiful. So I have a picture of my son here. I have my name here. You can get it personalized. This is smaller than the daily. So the daily was only a 6-month planner, and I got the same exact add-ons in this, just in a different order. And this planner is smaller. So this is a year planner in vertical priorities. So when you open it up, this cover is nice and heavy as well. And the paper is excellent. And I wrongly stated in my last video that I didn't think that this would do well with fountain pen. It does beautifully with fountain pen. And I've been using a big, fat, juicy, medium Lamy nib in it, and it did fine. So I got the colorful option. Obviously I've bent my paper, but it comes with 2019 year at a glance. Oh, and then the 2020 year at a glance, because I started my planner in March, and so it's going to end in February of next year. And you can get it to start whenever you want it. That's one thing that I really like about this planner, is how much you can customize it. That's why I was drawn to it. Everybody gets this spread, I believe, and so it just says special dates up at the top, and then each box is labeled with a month. I've just chosen to put anniversaries and birthdays in it at this point. And then the next page is the same exact spread, except it says ideas, plans, and goals, and it's not labeled. And so what I've been doing is keeping track of my measurements and my weight in here, now that I'm trying to work off the baby stuff. And then you just get a blank notes page there. Then here are my tabs, and so it starts with March, and I will flip all the way to February because every single section is the same, and I don't think February has anything written in it. So the tabs are, the tabs, they're heavier, and they're like a glossy coated type of paper, And then I think this is like a Mylar tab, but the colors change, you know, every month the colors change, and then the spread matches the color of the tab. So you get the, like, I don't know, this is kind of just like a little month at a glance thing. You get to set 3 goals up there, birthdays, events, things to remember, and then you have 2 of your own lists. This is that same coated kind of glossy paper. I tried to write on it with a gel pen. It was not a good idea, and not a good idea with the fountain pen. So ballpoint pen works well on this, maybe a Sharpie pen, but all the other pens that I've used on the paper work great, and they don't really take that long to dry, which I was kind of surprised by, because the paper is super soft and it feels very nice. So everybody gets a notes page, I think, and then I have my monthly spread. And so I believe these squares are they're just a little under 2 by 2 inches. So you have whatever you want to put here, and then you can see that it's nice big squares. They use up all the paper. The holidays are printed on the months, and oh, we have a leap year next year, and you can see the grayed out dates. If I remember, it does split boxes, so we'll find a month, sorry, that splits the box. Okay, well, not that month. Not that month. Come on, there's got to be a month where there's a split box. It's a horizontal split, so it works for me. Okay. I know June has one because I believe that's the one I referenced in my other video. There it is, the split box. And you see, well, with the 8.5 by 11, I have so much room that I have just tons of room to write. So that looks like that. And then you can see that, hopefully, if this will focus, there we go. You can see that the previous month is grayed out until you get to the current month, which is bold and in color. And so the month before this, if you would have this spread, and all of these would be bolded in color, and these would be grayed out. So you can choose, do you want to use the end of the previous month or the beginning of the next month for that spread? They give you the option for both. You could use both, you could use one, it's totally up to you. So let's turn to one that's all in color. So this is the setup that I have. The vertical priorities, it comes with the boxes and the tracker up here, and then it has 2 sections here with bullet points, and then a line section, and then boxes that are shaded at the bottom. Weekends look like this. They're just plain lined boxes. You have the calendar of the current month here, and that is the vertical priorities spread. Week at a glance. And I love it. And I knew I was going to like it because it's very similar to what I was printing for myself in my DIY ARC. But I love that this is all predated for forever. So you can have, and they already have suggestions for each of these boxes, how you would label it, but you can choose to label it or not. So I have nothing in this box or this box. I think this was labeled as habit tracker, but I've been using this for like my everyday to-dos, like swish and swipe, and I don't know, now I can't think of it. Oh, like laundry, cleaning my husband's CPAP machine, like laying out dinner for the next day. So anything that I have to do every single day that's just a recurring task, but I like to have it on my list so that I don't forget, I've been putting here. And that's what I did in my own DIY ARC, is I had a little tracker like this that I would put that stuff there. This was why I wanted this one, because I knew I didn't want to have to rewrite those things every day, and sometimes I would forget. And in the dailies, it was taking me forever to set up my weekly spread, and I had nothing to set up other than just to write things in it, but I had to write so many things over and over and over, just those same recurring tasks. That's what I'm using this for, and I love it. I haven't decided what I'm going to use these 2 boxes for yet. I start working very soon, and so maybe I'll be using it for that. I'm just not exactly sure what I'm going to use them for, but they're there if I want them. You could put anything you want in it. I chose to label these two boxes priorities and appointments. So this was another reason why I wanted this, because I wanted to have a box that had just the priorities that stood out and just a small section where I could put timed appointments, because I don't have that many timed appointments. If I have 3 in a day, that's going to be a lot for me. So, and I think with my job, it will be the same thing, because it's not going to be a job where I have like all of these different meetings and appointments. So this was plenty, but I like that it stands out and it's separate from everything else. I used to like put them at the top and highlight them, but now what I'm doing is anything that I write in here, once it's done, I'm just using my highlighter and highlighting over it instead of crossing it out or checking it off. And I really like that. It's a nice visual to see that you have all of these things highlighted and done, and it makes stuff stand out that isn't highlighted, kind of the reverse of what you would think, but it makes things stand out that aren't highlighted that I need to get that done. So I love that the appointments are separate. I love that I have just 3 priorities. Those are the things that absolutely have to get done that day, to-dos that have to get done. And then I have this space for to-dos down here. I've been using this for my menu each day. And then on the weekends, I just list my to-dos and I put my menu on the very last line. And that's been working, because all of those busy, small to-dos, I can put up here and check them off as I go. So that really frees up the space. It really clears the day so that you can actually see, okay, these are those small tasks I need to get done all the time. These are the things that absolutely have to get done. And so there's not always something in this box. There might just be one thing or there might be nothing. But these are the things that absolutely have to get done. So for example, on Tuesday, I absolutely have to take out the trash and the recycle, because that's when the trash goes, right? So that has to be done. It goes here. It doesn't get lost anywhere else on the page. If I have an appointment, it goes here. It has to be done on a certain time. There's no option for that. So those things stand out to me on the page. Any of those to-dos that I need to get done, and it's great if I get them done. If not, they can be pushed to the next day. They go here. So it really, to me, the visual organization of this pleases the way that my brain works, and the fact that all of these little to-dos are now cleaned up from my to-do list, because these are things that I'm going to do every day no matter what. All of those things get cleaned up, and all that I'm really left with is important things that have to be done, and then things that if I can get them done. Saturday and Sunday, I find that because all of my daily stuff is here, I can easily fill in what I need to do here and have, a line for my menu. I'll show you, I can't really show you a filled in spread. It's just working, and it's fantastic, because I like to have everything separated so that my brain immediately knows what's going on. Is it important? Do I have to be somewhere? And then these are the things I can work on after all this stuff is done. At the end of each month, I have added the reflection add-on. So previously I had put it in its own section in the back, and I said in that video I wish I would have done it behind each month. So behind, at the end of each month, there's a notes page, and then this is the reflection. So in the all-in-one section, it had like a yearly goal thing and then a yearly review, and the yearly goal thing was okay. The yearly review was, I thought, a waste. Each month it was much more comprehensive, and then like the year-end review is just kind of weak. So I'm really liking that this is at the end, because I can just flip to it as I finish things, set some goals for the month, and then at the end of the month, you're naturally here and you just sit and reflect on it. So it's the same format, the month in 3 words. This is, I don't know how I feel about that. I started, I finished, things I did, foods I ate, places I went, things I read or watched, most memorable part of the month. So as things happen, I can just start jotting them down. And what does that say? Main goal, progress I made this month. So I'll put this at the beginning of the month, and then I can work on that. And then, I have a progress track there. How I succeeded, how I can improve, steps to reach improvement. So that's my monthly section. And then in the very back, I just added 20 pages of lined note paper, which I had before, and I just like to have paper back here just in case I need it, and it's beautiful paper. So it's just a nice little fat section of note paper. And then everybody gets, and there's so many different add-ons, and you can configure it in different ways where you have it at the end of each month or in big sections. It's so customizable. That's why I really liked it. That's why I was drawn to it. Everybody gets a few pages, or I'm sorry, like 4, 2 front and back of dot grid. And then there's a passwords section. I don't know why my camera isn't focusing. Focus. There you go. And then this is a contacts page. So they have contacts page front and back. And that's what a contacts page entry looks like. They have the US holidays. That was something I wanted to check. I wanted to check and see if they have the holiday listed on, yeah, that was so weird. So December 25th is Christmas. They have it listed on the month that it's Christmas, but it is not listed on the actual day, which I find strange. So when you're planning, you do have to kind of keep track of that so that you could write it maybe like priority, Christmas Day. I just thought that was weird that it's not printed on the weekly, or it's not on the daily either. Man, that daily was driving me crazy. So the holidays are here, and then 2021 is here. In the back, everybody gets a pocket. So I've been keeping this pocket for coupons and a letter I need to answer. And then I have a little book that has passwords in it that I need to transfer to that passwords page, I think. And then everybody gets, oh no, then I added on a plastic top-loading pocket. And what I've got in here, I don't have it in here, but I had a piece of paper, and on one side I just taped business cards so they were all displayed, business cards of things that I needed. And then on the back I have a bunch of Post-its that have like important information that I need that I'm not going to ever remember. So like if somebody gives me a check and I have to deposit it like through my phone, I have to write a certain thing on the back of the check with the account number. I never remember that little phrase I have to write, and I don't remember the account number. So like I have that kind of information, and it's on the back of that paper on Post-its, and I just slide the paper in it so it's, you know, two-sided with important things. So that pocket is there. And then here's the back cover and the back plastic. So this is the Plum Paper Planner Vertical Priorities in the 8.5 by 11. And I wanted it. I requested it. They denied me. And then they started making it. These are expensive planners. But I didn't buy a planner for like a year or two. So I guess I made up for it in like 2 months. But so far, I love it. It is exactly what I wanted. It is almost what I was making for myself, but now I have the whole year done, and I don't have to like make it for myself. And this is something that I can bring with me, even though it's big. I'll be bringing like a backpack to work with me with my lunch and stuff like that. I'll put this in there. That way I have this. I don't need like my zone cleaning lists and stuff like that. My DIY was working great for me when I was at home and I didn't have to worry about other things. But now that I have to, I needed something that was going to be dated far into the future, that was like, that would stay all together. The discs for the ARC system, they do stay together. It's just a little, I find it a little cumbersome. But, you know, this is, I think, going to work beautifully for me. I wish they would have made it when I requested it, or said, hey, we're going to be making that in the next few weeks. If you want to wait, you know, we can do that then. But they didn't. So I'm a little bitter about that. Little annoyed by Plum Paper Planner, but it's a beautiful planner and I love it. So if you have any questions, you can leave them below. Otherwise, I just wanted to share this with you because it's a brand new format in this size. And it's fantastic. It's so, I love the size. It's just so big and there's so much room to write things. Okay, I'll kind of show you from far away what I got going on. So, load. Okay, so I'm using the plastic ruler that I got. I still like that. I can't believe it doesn't come in there. And so this is like kind of what it looks like from far away. So you can see I've got my daily stuff up there. If I have appointments, they're written here. If I have priorities, they're written here. And then the rest of my to-dos go there. And any notes that I took on, like some phone conversation, was here. And then my menu's at the bottom. So it's just, this thing just works for me. It just pleases the brain. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope you have a great day, and if you have anything to say, please say it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.